You just finished an intensive program, a 2-week intensive program in January.
Yes.
And if you're okay with it, I'd like you to share a little bit about what you expected to achieve in the program and what you actually achieved in the program.
Well, I expected to achieve to stop stuttering. I wanted to learn the techniques to stop my stuttering. I didn't want to stutter anymore. I thought you were going to teach me how to breathe, how to slow down when I speak, everything to stop. And what I got was a huge eye-opener. It was great. I really loved the 2-week intensive. It was so intense, but what I really loved the most was that it targeted the psychology behind stuttering. Things I never thought about. I never thought about the fear I felt when I stuttered. I didn't know that it was that bad. And that was one of the things that you taught me, to reduce the fear, to be okay with stuttering. When you stutter, to let it out, to not be embarrassed. Advertisement, that was a huge thing. Never would I ever thought that I would advertise my stuttering and say, hello, my name is Valerie, I'm a stutterer, and take it or leave it. I never thought I could do that. And if I may, I'd like to talk about the subway challenge. That for me was life-changing. One of the tasks that we had to do here during the 2-week intensive was to go into the subway and advertise our stuttering. A New York City subway. Oh my God.
I just want to add that you don't have to do it.
No,
right?
you don't have to do it, but you specifically asked, would anyone like to volunteer? And I did. Why not? It's 2 weeks of this. Why not take full advantage of the opportunity? So I did. And I remember when I walked in there, right when the doors opened, I said, what did I get myself into? Why did I do this? And my knees were shaking, my heart, everything was... and right before I was about to announce my advertisement, I remember this moment of silence. I didn't hear anything, and I described it to you in the intensive, that it was like going at the top of a roller coaster, and right before you go down, you're like, here goes. So that's what it was. And I said, my name's Valerie, I'm a stutterer, and I advertised to a whole train cart, and it was amazing. The way I felt after that was liberating, and I carried that on still with me today. I feel like I'm fearless. Of course, fear never, it's never gone, but it's lessened, it's greatly reduced, and it's a work in progress. Sure. But I never thought that I could be this confident as a stutterer. I never thought that I would advertise to strangers. So yeah, now because of this 2-week intensive, I'm a confident stutterer. I'm a good stutterer in the sense that when I stutter, I use like prolongations. If I'm going to stutter, I'll reduce it. I'll work through it instead of me before, like, and choking up and just like everything went wrong. And now it's completely different. It's a 180. So I would do the 2-week course again. And again and again and again. No, really, because you learn so much about yourself and about your stuttering that you could carry on for the rest of your life.
Right. Yeah. So on this topic of fear, I know you said that it's not gone, but you feel almost fearless. What do you do when a fear pops up? Now that you've done the therapy, when an old fear pops up, how do you handle it now as compared to before?
Before, when I would encounter a fear, I would avoid it and not even face it. Just say, okay, what's in front of me is bad. I'm gonna go this way or this way or this way, but not face it. Right. And now it's just, okay, a fear is going. This is a fear of mine. I'm gonna attack it and walk through it. It's kind of, I envision it like a black veil that I'm just walking through it, but very slowly. And just accepting it, like, okay, this is gonna be hard, but I'm gonna get through it. And the best part is that you do get through it, And the feelings afterwards is just like, all right, well, come on, keep giving it to me, you know?
So it kind of changes your attitude as to how you handle something that instills fear in you.
Yeah, completely. I'm very grateful for that. And I never knew that I would ever learn that here. I never thought that. And I left empowered. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask an obvious question that is someone is watching this video they might have. As we've been talking here, your speech has been very fluent.
Yes.
If I were to assess that. Can you talk a little bit about where your stuttering tends to pop up?
Okay. When I'm speaking in English, when I know I'm going to stutter, I use avoidance words, which I'm still working on, and it's very hard to to have control and not have anxiety or fear. I'm controlling my speech, but the anxiety and fear is not there anymore. My stuttering is very evident in Spanish. I can't control it. There is no control. There's no option of avoidance there. It just happens. But now when I speak in Spanish, I'm aware that I'm stuttering, and my approach to it is much different than before.
Okay. Are you more likely to say what you want to say in Spanish than you used to be?
Always.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess there is a way to avoid in Spanish, right? You can just not talk or not say what you want to say in Spanish. That's a form of avoidance, right?
Right.
And you're choosing not to do that anymore.
That's true, yes.
Or as much.
Yeah. But now, like, what I was going to say, that after the Subway Challenge, I'm always speaking my mind. And even though I'm going to stutter, whether it's in English or in Spanish, I'm going to say what I have to say. And if I stutter, oh well. No, but it's the truth, because before you kind of dodged the bullet, and now it's just like, okay, I'm going to talk. I have to talk.
You might even find it enjoyable.
Yeah. And another thing that I'd like to say is that you are so surprised when you leave this program about how receptive people are to stuttering. When you advertise, the majority of people are very accepting, very understanding, welcome you with open arms, something that before you couldn't even imagine, because you're so scared of letting it out, and what are they going to think, and I'm going to be judged. And once you expose yourself, those layers just shed right off, and it's a pretty good ride.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You really changed my life. Thank you.